Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Star Wars Ultimate Unlimited, and yes, I have been watching the sector qualifier from Milan, Italy, the whole weekend, and quite honestly, it's been a lot of fun seeing a lot of the games on stream live, and it's been really cool. It's been really awesome. However, we do have the raw data results. As you can see from this lovely, sexy pie chart, we got a lot of Jango Fetts in play, 26%. My boy Quinlan Voss at 12%. I do play Quinlan Tarkentown. You got Mr. Piet himself at 7%. And of course, shares it with Han 1. We got Booba 3. Sabine with a 5.45%. Cad Bane also in there. And we got Emperor Paperplane right at the back end here with 4%. And of course, everybody else is 24%. Playing various decks such as, I'm sure, Anakin, Vader, Luke, so on and so forth. We're not here to talk about the data. We're here to talk about problematic cards in this game so far. And there's a couple of them here. And I narrowed it down. We got Triple Dark Raid. We got DJ. The Jango Leader. We got Tarkentown, ECL. And I have two on here that are interesting. I'm pretty sure people know about the War Juggernaut. And, of course, I have on here IG 2000. We'll talk about these cards in a second. Let's talk about what I want to do in terms of the list here. What do I want to do? As if I am a card game designer and I see that there's 26% of people, a.k.a. like 145, 146 players playing Jango Fett, and then Quinlan's next in line with 66, and then also having it just drop down from that to 40s. There's something wrong. Never in a card game, I don't think has it ever been like that ever. Maybe in Yu-Gi-Oh, but what we have here is a little bit of an issue. What cards that I've described are the problem here? We're going to take an investigative look into these cards and what I feel they should be. We'll start right away with the suspended cards. There's only one that needs to be suspended. It's a 3-cost. It makes your vehicle 5 or less. It readies the unit and it puts it back to hand. It's Triple Dark Raid. I think Triple Dark Raid is such an issue right now. Look at how much the card is. The card's going for near $20? $20? Like for a rare? You gotta be kidding me. It is absolutely the nuts when it comes to this card. This card has no downsides, zero drawbacks at all. It just bounces back to hand, but you get the card back. It doesn't go back into your deck. It just goes into your hand. If there were drawbacks to this card, I would say just shuffle it back into your deck or put it at the bottom of your deck. The fact is that they didn't really design this card really good. In the short run, I can see it because not many space units back then were being played. It was mainly ground-dominated year one. But now you're in technically year 2, and then you have Triple Dark Raid being this huge problematic thing, which enables Jango to do some insanely degenerate things. Let's switch over to the restricted list. I, in my opinion, feel it should be maybe 1 copy or 2 copies. I think 2 copies are okay. Want to know people's opinions about that. I think, in my opinion, for Han players, DJ should be restricted to 2 copies per deck. Period. I don't think about gutting him to 1. I think if you get the combo off, it's pretty cool. But this time, having 1 less copy would be a little bit more lenient toward players. Will people still mulligan for it? I'm pretty sure. Will people still play the new yellow base to get a more customizable hand? Absolutely. With DJ, it's just a small little pat on the hand there. Unaffected, and this is going to be an interesting unaffected area. We'll talk about Tarkentown, as I call it. I call it Turkey Town. It's just how I am. I find stupid names within the game, and I make them even stupider. So Turkey Town, or I'll say it Tarkentown. So Tarkentown and ECL, I think they should be unaffected. If one gets errated or one gets suspended, the other one needs to be suspended as well. They're just like yin and yang. Once one goes, the other one's going to be played dramatically. But as you can see in this meta, Tarkin Town is sort of an issue. How will they get rid of it? I don't think suspending it is going to be the way to do it. I don't know how they're going to do it, period. It has enough of a downside with the 25 HP base. I don't think they're going to go to that extreme to getting rid of both of those. If Tarkin Town got errated, it would be like maybe, 2 damage like instead of 3. And if ECL got errated, I'd say, okay, keep it at 6. However, the unit is vanillaed. So it's a vanilla unit. It has no effects whatsoever. Or I think one of our people in the playgroup said to put it down to 4 cost or less. The next thing we're going to do is erratas, and what I feel that they should change just slightly. Nothing too crazy, nothing too insane. Just a slight little pinch, a slight little tune-up or detune-up in this case. War Juggernaut is definitely one of them that has enabled Jango Fett to becoming an absolute beast in the board. That with the triple Dark Raid. I mean, set 3, okay, we can deal with Jango. I've dealt with Jangos. I'm totally fine with it, since I play Quinlan, obviously. But the War Juggernaut set 4 has just ramped it extremely crazy. Once an unsuspecting uncommon has become an absolute beast of a card for Jango Fett. Triple Dark Raid, oh yeah, I'll search for that. War Juggernaut, just tap down your whole entire board if have my leader flipped over. Absolutely nuts. It makes no sense. But anyway, my errata is, when played, deal 1 damage to any number of ground units. Just ground units, that's it. So if your opponent's playing Sabine, has like 4 units, War Juggernaut comes into play, taps it all down, of course, if Jango is flipped over, and can cause a lot of havoc. I really don't understand why it damages space units. I mean, they're like all the way up in space. But then again, Luke Skywalker, see, here's the thing, with Luke Skywalker, he can use the Force, and he can just bend metal to his will because it's Luke Skywalker. I'm thinking too realistic, I guess realistically in quotation marks, on how Star Wars is, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't make no sense, to me at least. But yeah, I think ground units would be a little bit more of an errata, not necessarily that terrible, and I think it still would see play in some sort of capacity. And of course, my hot take, my spice, as they say, IG 2000, it should be, when played, deal 1 indirect damage for up to 3 units in play, which means your opponent would actually choose his units or the base. So it kind of gives the player a little bit more of an incentive to say, okay, I can take 3 damage right now, or I can have this 3 damage done on one of my units or 2 of my units and have them tapped from Jango's ability. There is ways to play about that. And of course, it also brings up, if you are playing Boba 3, is it Fett's Fire Spray you play, or you play IG 2000 in that case? It just gives another player options. Options are the case here. IG 2000, not necessarily too insane, but I know with Jango it is a little bit more crazier. That's, in my opinion, what I feel should be done with all these cards here that I have on this list. I want to know your opinions. I hope you guys can throw some in the comments. Am I crazy enough to actually include all of these cards here the way they are? I'm not necessarily too sure. We're going to find out in a couple of days what Fantasy Flight is going to do with these cards. Is this going to be a problem? Will Triple Dark Raid be suspended? Will Jango be suspended? Will he visit his son in jail? Who the hell knows? I don't even know. I can't even tell you. I feel sorry for Boba. Boba's just chilling in the... Boba 1 in this case. Is just chilling in jail. Jango, the next one here? I don't know. I don't think so, because I feel that there's a lot of people who do love Jango. Jango fan here. And I just love the playstyle as well. So maybe people love the playstyle. I like the Quinlan Voss playstyle. That's just how it is. I've tried Sabine. I've played Sabine before. I played Anakin. I love all these cards. I love all these decks. But like I said, I think when it comes down to it, I think Triple Dark Raid is going to be the one that's going to be hit the hardest, in my opinion. Thank you guys for listening to this lovely, lovely cast here. If you like this content, like, comment, subscribe. I'm definitely going to do more, especially when Fantasy Flight does say something about what's going on. We'll see if these actually hold true, and if not, it is what it is. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. Have a wonderful day.